Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I thought I'd paint sunflowers in a terracotta vase, but it turned out to be a copper pot. I hope you like the video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. That helps the algorithm find my channel and helps me grow. Thank you very much for watching. Here we go. I have my usual palette of water mixable oils: titanium white, cad yellow light, raw sienna, raw umber, French ultramarine blue, sap green, and alizarin crimson. And as I go along, I may or may not add other colors to that, but that's the one that I always start off with. I'm going to start off with raw sienna, and I will sketch in my sunflowers, my stems at the very least. And I think I'm having them in a pot. I have a 9 by 12 canvas panel. So let's maybe draw the heads in first rather than the stems. We'll put one there, one here, and one here. So we'll draw those stems in. And we'll say that the pot comes here like this. All right. And we'll have a leaf here peeping out. A leaf over here. Oops, look at that. Not too much stuff. And maybe something at the top here. And I'm going to actually sketch in my pot. I'll say it's one of those rough stone jars. That's what we'll say it is. And you won't actually see that much of it by the time the sunflower petals are pulled out over it. You probably only see a little bit down here, but that's okay. We'll add a little raw umber to the shady side. I always use, it's just a dreadful habit of mine, but I always have the light coming from this direction. This is always the shady side. Sometimes I manage to do something different. It's just a habit after all. Okay, that's while I'm at it. And I've still got raw umber on my brush. I'm going to put in some centers. Maybe we'll have that one facing upwards like that. This one facing sort of downwards. And this one we see full on. Or maybe facing upwards a little bit. What do you think? Yes, I think that's better. Okay, I'm mixing French ultramarine blue with sap green to give me a dark. I'm going to add a little raw umber in there, and I have a very dark green, so I'm going to put in some leaves. So I'm going to use some raw sienna mixed with a little yellow and put more water on my brush. And I'm going to just put in some petals. Roughly. Doesn't matter that they're a bit dark. Adding a bit of red to that to make this more terracotta. I haven't done my eBay site this year, but I'm thinking of opening up to sell cards and prints of my work. I have sold art, I think it's since 1998. Long time, but this year I moved to a new home and I just haven't done anything. But I'm beginning to think that I should start reselling my work, and it will be available on eBay, and my site or ID is CarolAnn's Art, all little letters. If you're interested, or if you just want to enjoy my videos, you can do that too. That's fun. Well, it's fun for me. I love to paint. I think I am getting out of hand here. I usually paint on 9x12s, but I think I'm going to go back to painting slightly larger. I can get more stuff. I'm going to put some titanium white with some French ultramarine blue, and I'm going to put a line of light down there. I like that a little better. I'm using a larger round. It's a size 6. I'm mixing some cad yellow light with some sap green and a little titanium white. I'm going to put a lighter. Don't know how much of that will stay. I'm going to a larger filbert, but it's short, so I hope my hand won't get too much in the way. We'll see how it goes. I just don't have a long handled. Oops. Now mixing this sort of orange, and I'm going to use an old bristle brush, and I'm going to sort of dot to give texture to this. I think I could go even lighter around the edge. Okay, so it needs to set up just a little bit. So I'm going to have a cup of tea. I usually do at this stage, and I'll set it on the corner of my sideboard and watch it for a little while. But I think I definitely have to work more on both the pot, the leaves, and definitely the sunflowers as well. There's a lot more to do, but it needs to set up a little bit, so I'm off for some tea. I feel like I've got a little big in the top here, so I'm going to take off some of this and hopefully get back down to the blue. I think that's better. I'll paint a little blue on here too. The other thing I noticed was that I didn't paint a terracotta pot. I painted a copper pot, and I think that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to lighten it down here. Yeah, I kind of like that. There's a hair. I have pets. I always have hair in my paintings. Yeah, I kind of like that. These little canvases are so small, and I've done rather a large pot of sunflowers. So I don't have room for much of a top. I'm mixing raw umber with alizarin crimson. I'm just going to put a shadow side on here. And I'm going to darken that shadow in here. And in here. I like that. I've added some different yellows, lemon yellow, cad yellow light I already had, and Naples. And I'm just going to stroke on mixing some titanium with some cad yellow. I'm going to make a sort of darker orangey underneath here. This is raw sienna with a little tiny amount of alizarin crimson to give it a sort of orange tone. I think that's coming along. I'm going to dot in some more colour on here, I feel. You know, you see some alizarin red, or I don't know what kind of red, I think of it as alizarin, sort of around the edges, don't you, of some sunflowers. I don't know about different types of sunflowers, but I always think that alizarin in my painting gives a certain liveliness to it, so I like to sneak it in somewhere. I think that's definitely looking better. I might put a little alizarin down in this dark corner and underneath a little bit, and maybe here. Yes, I like that. I'm going to darken up the leaves next, I think, some parts of the leaves. This is French ultramarine with sap green. I know I had a leaf across here somewhere. All right, I'm going to try this again. I've got an old bristle brush. I never throw my brushes out. You never know when you'll need one. I'm going to put a darker rim around here. Just define that a little more. I'm going even lighter with some of my petals. Just some of them, not all of them. I'm adding titanium white to make the lightest ones. Putting a little more colour on. Put a little green in there because you get that reflection, don't you, in copper and silver. I kind of like that. I think that's it, really. My impression of sunflowers in a copper pot. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.